Alright boys, hey yo, listen up right here, listen up. You see this, bro? You see all these crazy jumps? If you want to be able to do this, like, just stick around for the video. I'll teach you everything I know. Like, look how far I went, bro. Like, look at it. Hey yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Glyzzi back again with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to utilize invisible builds to your advantage in Fortnite. Now, I'm not talking about that fast editing stuff, you know, where you just press a key super fast and it turns invisible. That's just pointless. That's a real cool flex, but I'll be showing you how to actually use invisible builds to your advantage, and we're going to do that through a technique called ghost hopping. Now, if you don't know what that is, just stick around. I'll be explaining everything and how to do it later on. And like I said, it's super unique and definitely cool. Impress your friends, do whatever you want with it. You might be able to outplay some people. Who knows? Who knows? But that being said, if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like down below and subscribe for more content. It really helps your boy out. Just two quick buttons real quick. Share the video if you're feeling it. But anyways, let's learn to ghost hop. Guys, today we're going to be covering a concept known as the ghost hop. Now, some of you may already know what it is and some of you may not, but that's okay either way, as I'm going to be explaining what it is, the basics of how to perform it, and a bunch of cool variations that you can use in your own gameplay. So if you already know what it is, just you could either stick around or skip ahead to those variations. This will help you out a bunch and impress your friends. With that being said, let's get into the basics of it. So a ghost hop is a technique or a mechanic almost that is found where you are able to go up a layer, out a layer, and perform a bunch of super cool unique builds. It disappeared for a while, but it's slowly starting to come back, and I think now's the time to learn this move. So the basics of it is editing a build so it breaks. But what you want to do is time your jump so you jump up right as it breaks, allowing you to either go up layer vertically or out horizontally. And it should look something like this. So if you want to go up a layer vertically, you'll time that jump. So as you can see, I'm up one layer higher than where I started. And you can also do it out if you want to. As you see, I was over there and now I'm over here and the build is gone. Now, that's the basics of the basics, and that was shown. Those are what you call single ghost hops. We'll get into that into the next segment, but they can be done with every single piece, being ramps, floors, cones, and walls. All of them you're able to ghost hop with. As long as it'll break, you could ghost hop with it. See right here, you'd be able to ghost hop that way. You're here on a wall, and you edit. Oops. Well, let's try that again. So if you're here on a wall and you edit that one, it'll break, so you could ghost hop off of it there. Ramps, you edit it that way, you can ghost hop, you can ghost hop that way. So every single piece is able to be ghost hopped off of, and it opens up a huge variety for this move and the potential it has. Alright guys, one more quick thing before we get into learning the ghost hop. I just want to share that there's a bunch of different types of ghost hops, but the main ones we're going to talk about is a single ghost hop, which brings you up one layer, out one layer, or a double ghost hop, which will bring you up 2 layers or out 2 layers. Now, there are such things as triples and quads and so on, but those become pretty useless at the point where you're not really going up or out layers anymore. You're staying on those same layers to hit the moves over and over again, and it becomes a little repetitive and boring over time. But I will insert a clip right after this to show that you can do it forever, as seen here. Alright guys, now that you understand the pretty much basics and the different types of ghost hops, we can get into learning them now. Now, you may be a little intimidated after seeing those infinite ones, but don't worry, it's actually not that difficult once you get the hang of it. There's just a couple key tips and tricks you gotta learn to start off. And the most important is going to be your timing with the jump. Now, this is super crucial because if you confirm too early, you'll just fall straight down. And if you confirm too late, you'll already be on it and you won't be able to jump up again to the max height. So what you want to do is find that sweet spot of being able to confirm and jump up. And this is super crucial, and one tip I could give you is try to confirm it as late as possible, because that'll give you the most time to get your next spring up to go up into the next one. So just build your floors out, start with the floors, and then do that and just land up here. If you want, you could keep going up this way, or you could just build off to the side like we did at the beginning, and then just keep going up. And keep doing that until you master the timing with the floors, and you can do it almost every time flawlessly, because again, the floors are the easiest one. After you master that, go into the ramps, just have it straight up and edit it to the side or back, either way, and then confirm, oops, and then go up one. See, I didn't have my blueprints out there, but we'll do it again for you. As you see, we go up one. It's the same thing. The ramps are a little trickier because it's a different way of catching yourself. But you just gotta experiment with them, and that's why we're doing all the pieces. Because once you learn how to catch yourself multiple different ways, you can get very creative and unique with the angles you take on these hops. So then once we do that, we'll go into the cone. And the cone's pretty much the same thing as the ramp, except for you just have to edit it different than the ramp. So the cone's a really fun one that you could use too. And then last but not least is the wall. The wall, I would save the wall till you've mastered all three and types of singles, doubles, and maybe even triples, because the wall is difficult as you have to be set up in like certain scenarios to even do it in the first place. Like you'll see in the moves the ways you do the wall, but there isn't really a stagnant way to practice the wall. Alright guys, now that you've mastered the timing of the floor, ramp, and cone, the next thing I want you to do is get used to this button right here, your rotate bind. Now, the reason this is important is because you won't be able to perform a lot of the moves without it, so you want to get comfortable with being able to press this button 4 times really fast to complete a full circle. Now, a lot of you guys, that button's going to be right stick, but for me I use triangle or Y because that's where my finger already is. So I'll show here because I do play claw, have it unbound there because it's my confirm edit, so it's already there sitting for the rotate. So it doesn't matter what your button is, you just want to get comfortable with it, and the best way to practice it, in my opinion, is doing these reverse jump outs. And you can practice them both ways, but just rotate your ramp twice and do the jump out. So you place your cone, press your ramp button again as you see, rotate, rotate, jump, floor ramp, catch yourself, and then once you get good you could like do a bunch in a row and whatnot. But that's how you get used to your rotate bind, and they're super important when it comes to mastering these ghost jumps. Alright guys, now that we've mastered the jump timing and your rotate bind, what we're going to do next before we start practicing full speed is actually start to choose some of these variations that you could fast forward and check out, and just go slowly piece by piece to figure out what you have to do. So if we're doing one full speed, or you see one full speed, pick one you like, an easy one, start, and then go slow, set it up for yourself so that you could get used to doing it in motion. So like right here, a wall one, we'll get used to it, we'll set it up, and then we'll go into it. Or a ramp one, right? A double, we'll set it up, rotate our ramps back, and then we'll do it, right? Instead of doing it full speed, we'll set it up prior and then practice the timing of it before we get into the full speed practice. And that'll get us used to our timing while moving, rather than having to try to mix it all in with the fly. And then that's pretty much it. Just practice a couple moves like that stationary when you're learning a new one. Just set it up for yourself and then go into it, and then after that and you start to master those, that's when you can practice it full speed. And with that being said, I'm gonna play all these variations for you guys, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed this mechanic that I taught you. Even if you already knew it, I hope you peep some of the variations and put it into your arsenal, because this move can be very effective and maybe even lethal if you find some unique combinations that can throw off your opponent with a little fake out. I don't know, you're going to have to show me, tag me in some clips on Instagram and Twitter if you hit anything sick. With that being said, if you guys have any other videos that you want to see, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.